Most of the people, they broke not because they don't work hard, they really work hard, but the problem is they believe in one lie, and that's the lie that says that the market is saturated. So you are in a hotel business, you think that the market is saturated. You are in a coaching business, you think that the market is saturated. So you are thinking that, or someone is telling you that everyone is already doing this and there is no space left and there are big players, how you're going to manage this and everything. See, I've been in business for years. I'm running IAS academies and business coaching and different other coaching, trade school and investors club, and even one of the failed cafe venture where I invested a lot, Café Zee Brew also. And what I've realized is it's never the market is that small. It's basically your vision that is very small. So when people tell me, Safir, trading courses are everywhere. How can I grow trade school? Or this bank coaching is overcrowded. How can we compete with the big brands? So at that time, I usually smile and say, you haven't even touched 1% of your market yet. So if you are in a coaching business, see, look at the population, see, India is blessed with that demographic dividend, and most of our population in that age, that's the demographic dividend that we're talking about, the youth. So if you cannot penetrate to them, and whatever you have done and whatever you have seen or whatever combined we are seeing now, it's just 1% of the market share. So you can reach to 99%, right? So again, if I talk about the trade school, when I started trade school, I thought I've already reached my limit. And at that time we had thousands of followers and some thousand students and decent conversions and some consistency and everything was there. People consistently join and they renew the program and they consider it like every month they used to renew, and then we have 3-month programs and everything. But this is like very organic, those who know me like that. But when I tried scaling my ads, then what happened is the results plateaued. I'll just show you one example so that you will easily understand the way when you are scaling it, you think that you have reached your limit, but you have given advertisement, and then what happens is what I'll just show you now. Okay, see what you see here. This is the year when this is a month. I think this is August month. So when I started giving advertisements aggressively, what happened? More views started coming to my landing page. And then this is a kind of increase 5,000%. And then the leads from that 2,300, almost 10% become leads. And most of them will buy one or the other product. It could be option buying, option selling, scalping, intraday webinar, or something, one or the other. That's why more than the leads, you'll see booking, and look at that conversion. And most importantly, forget about the revenue. That's the outcome of the effort that you do. I'm not interested in discussing about this 1.6 crore. Some of you just want 16 lakhs. Some of you may not be happy with 160 crore also. So that is not something which I want to discuss. I just want to show you these percentages and I just want to show you these numbers. Till then, the number of sales or the number of students that I had was 1,000. But if you look at the new customers after giving the advertisement, when you're scaling, so at that time, I was thinking that I have already reached my limit and I have already saturated. My market is saturated. People are not joining. But you look at this, 3,625 new customers have joined, new students have joined the program, and that's 36,000 percentage. So far I had some even 1,200 or something. And then this is compared to the previous result in the landing page and this platform. So that's why the percent that base is very low. That's why the percentage wise you see such a massive growth, because it could be something like 25, and when you see 3,625, maybe from 100 base, it's so huge, right? So that's why this big percentage change. But if you look at the number of new customers, that really changed my mind. So because I thought I'm saturated, I used to get, let me tell you, I used to get maybe 3, 4, or maybe 40, 60, and 100 students per batch. And we had around 1,200 students. And then we started getting less because everything was organic and it is taking some time. Existing mentees, they are happy and they keep renewing. But when you started giving the ads, because market don't know that you exist, and then when you started giving the ads, this is what I have seen. So this is what the mistake most of the people make, right? And when I saw this, my first reaction was like, before this, Maybe the market was saturated, the markets are done, the COVID is over. Now people are not much interested in trading, right? Maybe everyone who wanted to learn Bank Nifty already done, right? Everyone who wanted to learn that intraday trading is already done. Then when I went to crypto, I had more options because of COVID, there were many in the market. But now since COVID is not there, work from home is not there, they are not able to trade in the morning hours because they need to go to the office. But post office sessions, they want to trade and they need a mentor. So either crypto or commodities market, it's still active, so you need to find that area also. So there is nothing which is saturated. You can find alternatives, you can find new areas, and then the market itself, it's just 1%. Whatever market that you think that it's saturated, it's just 1% is what done. 1% of the market share is what done so far. And if you can capture another 1%, you are going to be the bigger one. See, that's the same mistake 99% entrepreneurs make, what I have thought and what I have done before I scaled, before I started giving ads. So we generally assume that the ceiling we already hit, right? And this is a market ceiling. When we are not getting clients organically or manually, we feel that this is a ceiling, right? But the truth is, that's not the ceiling. It's not market ceiling, it's your skill ceiling, right? That's the limit. So what is the reality? See, unless you are selling to the uh, like 140, 100, 200 people in the remote desert like village, your market is 100 times bigger than what you think. If you are not in a very typical primitive kind of rural area where people buy directly from you, except in that case, any other business or any other scenarios that you have, your market is 100 times bigger than what you think. So when I look deeper into Tradeskool audience, the data, what I've realized is we were only selling to the aware audience initially, the ones who already knew what option trading was. And then I have multiple options, right? I can bring a new foundation course so that I can bring in new students who want to learn from the beginning. But what about these, who lost maybe 20,000 last week just by getting into trading, but don't know much about that, and they're searching, why did my option lose its value? Because they don't know the fundamentals, they don't know the basics. But those people who organically come to me, they know what my style and they understood this is what we want to learn. So they are very specific and they're choosing the mentor. So and this is a time, we need to have a funnel. So there is not like I still at that point of time, I never had such kind of funnel. But these are like real market and organic audience, they just come to me. So they are not in my funnel, right? So at that point of time, there is no such funnel also. Now, if you look at these people that I've told, someone who came into the market new and then they lost money, they want to learn. So they are not part of my, customers because they are those who don't even know the basics. So when I started, I teach only those who know options to take it to a higher level. But then there is a gap. They are not part of my funnel. So I want to come out of it, or I want to solve that so that I can get more customer. That's what I've done here. Otherwise, those who know me, those who know my style, they'll come. So that is very limited, right? That's a cream. Those who already know, some of them are really doing good and some of them wanted this approach, right? But they know the basics and everything. So the scope is limited. But now you are getting new audience, and that's the kind of scaling that you have seen here. Right. So similarly, in the banking coaching or civil service coaching also, we were busy initially in chasing the repeat aspirants, like especially when it comes to IAS coaching, UPSC, right? We were talking about those who already attended some coaching and then attended the prelims and they failed. And then we are offering mentorship, or you are looking for repeat aspirants. So who knew that, what a test series means, what is mentorship is all about and everything. But what about the college students who just searched how to become an IAS officer? That's the potential student, right? So if I learn how to catch him, that's where I can disproportionately increase my revenue. You see, we all look at our market through a keyhole, not the full door. That's the problem. And that's why you're thinking that there is a limit and there is a ceiling. The day you see the full door, you will realize you have been sitting on a gold mine. This is not the actual market share. What you're seeing, what you're thinking, it's 100 times more than that. So it's never saturated. Never think that if you are a coach, that market is saturated. If you're an online service provider, the market is saturated. No, it's 100 times bigger and better than what you think. So everyone's scared of, crowded markets. But what I've learned is the bloodier the water, the more fish are there. Yes or no? So when people told me that coaching market or UPSC market is saturated, I reminded them it's saturated because millions of aspirants exist, right? So that's not a problem. What does that mean? When every year 10 10 lakh people are writing some exam. So the scope is like huge, right? And if you can capture few of them, right, you just need 1,000 of them and you're charging 1 lakh. So you made it, right? So that's exactly what you want, right? So this is not a problem when you see number of students are there. It's the proof of opportunity, right? Because you think that so many students, you are thinking that all these have taken the classes and everything. Now you don't have any scope, but there are bigger names, they'll go. Bigger names are there, but what if you can prove your worth? These big numbers are opportunity for you. Same in case of trading also. If you see thousands of people are now coaching, right? Teaching Nifty, Bank Nifty. Those who have made losses also they want to teach and they want to recover from that. That means thousands are still buying the courses from them. So instead of complaining that the market is crowded or oversaturated or we hit the ceiling, you need to ask yourself, what skill do I need to stand out inside this crowd? Yes, it's crowded. I just want to stand out. If I can stand out, then people will come to me. Right? Now, most entrepreneurs, they protect their ego with excuses. Like you will say that my city is too small, my leads are expensive, my ads don't work, I don't have the winning ads. But the truth is, your ads suck, your content is not resonating, your sales system is not mature enough. That's the fact. But your ego is not allowing you to accept that. You are blaming either on your city or your background or your leads. That's not the case. I've been there when my ads didn't scale beyond 2000 a day. I told myself maybe Kerala market is limited, but that's not the case. The market was not limited, my creativity was. I changed the ads, I changed the hook, and then I was able to scale 50,000, 1 lakh a day per ad. Now I'm spending 1 lakh a day on my ads. So the moment you upgrade your ad or the copy, right, your visuals and the shooting style and the editing, then I started understanding the buyer psychology at deeper levels. And suddenly, the same market, which I thought overcrowded, saturated, I reached my ceiling. I blamed the market, but the same market now started responding when I started giving them the good visuals by telling clearly what I'm doing, what I am. So that affected that buyer psychology also. I've seen that bigger change, and that's what you have seen just before. Right. See, there is a framework that completely changed my thinking, and it will definitely change yours also. No matter what business you are in, whether you're in coaching or you're in trading or you are in, fitness or you are in cafe, whatever business you are in, you can always expand in 5 directions. So first, let me talk about that. Go up market, like move towards higher value clients or offering. So at Tradeskool, we went from 499 webinars to 25,000 mentorship to something like 1 lakh institutional tie-ups also. And in coaching, it could mean shifting from basic prelims course to 1 year full mentorship, right? GS, prelims, come mains, optional. So higher the price, you need to, of course, give higher quality and higher seriousness from your side, their side. So the client also will be good. You also need to give good quality and you get rewarded. So that's what I mean by go up market. Move towards higher value clients or higher value offering. Simply, you need to have a high ticket, right? So high ticket, less clients, good quality and serious clients. Second, go down the market. So here you try to capture the beginners. You launch something like 99 mini workshop, you do some free challenges, right? And short boot camps. So here it help you to build that trust early. So, then your down market funnel, that becomes your up market pipeline after some time. So these people, once you get the trust of them over a period of time, they'll be able to buy a higher ticket from your side. So that's what I mean by go down the market. And third, go adjacent. Here you will be using your existing skills to enter the related markets. That's what I mean by go adjacent, right? You have some skill. So when we master trading mentorship, then what we have done is we have created a investors club. So here, whatever we are doing, almost similar to that or related to that. So here, like mutual fund education, long-term investing, and investing also for on behalf of them. So the same team, same trust, same company, everything is same, but a different angle. So if you are a UPSC mentor, you can definitely teach PSC. You can go with SSC. You can go with interview training, right? Multiple. So that's what I mean by related market. So go adjacent. That's one of the way in which you can scale. Go broader. Once you dominate one niche, you need to expand horizontally. So from Bank Nifty, when we started off with, then we shifted to Nifty and Sensex when expiry came. So Bank Nifty, we were known for Bank Nifty trading and Bank Nifty monthly expiry only now, not weekly. So we shifted to Nifty, we expanded to Sensex, and now since I told you, right, after COVID, there was some time market was so good and people were there, but now they're not here to learn during office time. Earlier, you used to get a lot of students. Now you know the difference. But at the same time, you know their psychology. If there is a mentor who is willing to teach, post office hours in the live market, especially, right? Then you will have students. So you also expanded to crypto. Again, if I look at UPSC, simple prelims to, personality development or rather than giving only UPSC coaching or PSC coaching, you can also go broader where you can get more audience, public speaking, where UPSC means there is a limited client set, right? Of course, there is a limit because that category only will come. Your avatar is different. But if I pitch a program which is about public speaking, then many will come. Even the housewives and office boys all will come. The children's also will come. Personality development, current affairs analysis, etc. So when you own a niche, what you need to do is you need to expand either horizontally, vertically, broader, adjacent, whatever. So expansion that becomes natural. It's normal. Then go narrower. See, this sounds exact opposite, but it's the smartest move initially, I would say. Be the best in one puddle before entering the ocean. That's what I mean by go narrowing. So you think that you are getting squeezed or you are getting narrowed down, right? But that's not the case. That's the smartest move if you are a beginner. So that means you are going to be the best in that, best in one puddle before entering the bigger ocean. So the Bank Nifty, initially we started off with, right? Be the Bank Nifty expiry trader, or you can become a sociology optional mentor. And you are known for that conceptual clarity. You search for socio mentor Safir. You look at those videos and how convincing it is, how conceptually clear it is. So you are very specific in that, right? So win your puddle first and then expand to pond, then expand to lake, and then finally ocean. That's how every big player grew, even me also. Cool. Now, every time, you get bored or frustrated, a new idea will whisper, start something else. I've done that mistake. After Café Zee Brew, my cafe venture, when it failed, I almost jumped to an unrelated business again. But I've realized every time you restart, you basically going back to year one. So if you are in year three in the current business and you start something new, it's like that's year one once again, right? If you're stuck, see, in business, I always tell you this: first year, you lose; second year, you'll start learning; third year, you'll start understanding how things work. So if you start every time you start new means every year is going to be like a new year for you. That means your old business, if you focus on that, that could compound rather than putting that much effort in something new like that. So see, the idea is very simple. Growth gets very much easier the longer you stay. The longer you stay in something, so that's where you'll grow fast. So you know, what to say this? Five momentum beats, like what you see. Uh, I don't get exact what that statement is all about, but that leave it. So it's about staying in the game for quite long time. That's when you'll get success. So there was a statement by one of the Not able to recollect it, leave it. So see, what we were talking about is why people quit and why people start something new always, right? People quit because they confuse, features with bugs. They think difficulty means something wrong. But in reality, you cannot get success without difficulty. You are facing difficulty means that's actually an indication of, you are going to become successful. So that's what the reality, when it comes to coaching. The hard part is, student consistency and retention, especially when you talk about UPSC coaching and everything. When it comes to trading mentorship, the hard part is, proving that credibility and managing the expectation, especially when you trade live in front of them. And cafe, if I see, the hard part was the team and operations and cooks and everything. So that's something which it didn't work out for me, and that's failed. So these difficulties, these are not a bug. That's the price of admission. That's why you get compensated. So when my cafe business failed, I learned a lesson from that deeply. I'll never start a hotel business again in my life. See, at that time, like I was obsessed with, that ambience, the taste, and not systems. So I keep changing things, and I didn't see that, managing people was not a problem, because that is one of the reason why it actually failed. You need to manage people, you need to manage that cooks, and then it was that team, it was very difficult to manage. So, and that was the skill that is actually required in that business, but I didn't had that skill. Okay, and it is very difficult also in Kerala to get such kind of good people in terms of cook and uh, this. I couldn't manage it. I couldn't find a good team. So that's the reason why it actually failed. And every industry has its own pain points. So here, what I told is about what I have faced. So every industry have that, whether in coaching also, in your fitness industry also, but you can't escape it. Only thing you can do is you can overcome. That's the difficulty that you need to overcome, and market will compensate for you. Right? That means you need to master that. That difficulty you need to master. So that's the only way, you can't escape it. So again, if you look at each business model, all have different rhythm. So if you know it, you'll stop switching prematurely. There is no point in switching. The more you stay in the game, the chances will be higher that you will win the game. Right? Education related, like my coaching institute or trade school, these in fact grow fast, but it's very hard to scale beyond a point, and low retention, but massive early profit because you don't have too much investment. Especially you are the mentor, right? You are just selling yourself. And I always get the fees before the class itself, and then only after that you'll be getting it done, right? If you look at the service business, it's slow. It again people dependent, but it is stable. E-commerce, it's again fast scaling, but there are issues with the cash flows. SaaS or software, see, it's very slow start, painfully slow start, and once it get clicked, that's exponential. So that beginning phase to survive, it's very difficult. So when you hit the hard part, don't say it's broken. You should say, I have reached the stage that require a new skill. So you need to understand like this only. It's not broken. It's not the ceiling. It's not oversaturated. You need to stand out. You require a new skill at this stage. So what is the real limitation? It's not the market, it's your skill. So stop saying there are no good salespeople. The ads are too expensive. Now, earlier, those who have done run ads in 2020, 21, it was cheap in Meta, but now it's so expensive. So those people have made the fortune. I can't. No, no one's buying high ticket coaching. These are not your excuses. There are people who are still buying 5 lakhs, 10 lakh, 40 lakh programs also. So don't say there are no good salespeople. Don't say ads are not expensive. Don't say people are not buying high ticket things. Instead, you can replace it with I don't yet have the skill to attract or hire and train good salespeople, if that's your problem. Or I don't yet have the skill to market profitably. So marketing is your problem. So that's your skill. You need to get that skill. Now, you own the outcome. That shift will definitely give you the control. So if you have these skills, once you reach that stage, you own that skill, and then that give you control. So because you see, when you are blaming the market, that make you powerless. But owing the gap, that makes you unstoppable. If you take responsibility of that, that makes unstoppable. If you take that as a challenge and you get that skill, unstoppable. So when life give you two choices, the choices are like quit or learn, then what you need to do? Always choose the one that give you the cooler story. So they see, you think that your market is saturated. Now you have only two choices. Either you need to quit this. Coaching business means coaching, and you need to quit. Or learn the next skill where I'll stand out, right? See, always there is a struggle for existence in the present occupation when competition rises. From history, time immemorial, it is there. So you need to learn the new skill. So people will search for that skill and they will come to you, right? So you see, it will be better if you stayed through the failures, through nights. You might have seen your ads are flopping, and you're not able to sell. But if you can still stay in the game and build something which impacted lives, that will be great. So I would rather say this. I've written this actually at the age of something like 70. If I'm alive, I would like to say this. I stayed through the failures, through nights when my ads flopped, through, launches that didn't sell, but I stayed in the game and built something that is something which is impacting lives of many people. So that's the story I want to tell my students, my traders, my family in future. So see again, if the easy choice were the right one, you have already done it. The hard choice is what shape you into who you are meant to be. That's the future. So take that hard choice, right? So the point is, nothing is saturated. There is no ceiling. It's unlimited. The market, what you're thinking now as saturated, you have not seen even 1% of the market share. So you can make way more money than you think, but only if you stop protecting your ego and start expanding your skill, start learning the new skill. uh, you need to stand out. So the market is not small. It's never small. You are just playing small. You are the small man. So roll again, learn again, sell again, market again, build again, because the ones who keep playing always win. You will lose the moment you stop playing. So stay in the game, keep learning new skills. That's about this session. Thank you so much.